Good morning students, myself Maushmi Prasad and creator of this channel Digital Generation. This channel is regarding chapter wise preparation for both ICSE and CBSE students. I hope you will get best explanation and knowledge from this channel. Today's topic is balancing of chemical equations. What is equations? The method of representing chemical reaction by symbol and formula is known as chemical equations. It is a shorthand method of representing chemical reaction without altering the symbols and formulas. When zinc reacts with hydrogen sulfuric acid, then it gives zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Now we will represent it with symbols and formula. Zinc, the symbol of zinc is Zn, and sulfuric acid, the formula of sulfuric acid is H2L, SO4, and it reacts to give zinc sulfate ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas. Now we can't alter these formulas and symbols. We will thus represent it in a shorthand method of chemical equations by representing it with symbols and formulas. Now what is balanced equation? Balanced equation means the number of atoms of different elements on the reactant side will be equal to the number of atoms of different elements on the reactant side. This is called balanced equation. And why do we balance equation? It is necessary to balance equation because according to the law of conservation of mass, matter can neither be created nor can be destroyed. So the number of atoms on the reactant side will always be equal to the number of atoms of different elements on the resultant side, so that the mass on the reactant side will always be equal to the mass on the resultant side. This is called balanced equation. So let us take an example. When hydrogen reacts with oxygen, it gives water. So here hydrogen, two hydrogen atoms react with two oxygen atoms to give one molecule of hydrogen oxide, means water. So here only one oxygen atom, but on the reactant side there are two oxygen atoms. So we have to put 2 here. Now there are 2 oxygen atoms. On the reactant side there are also 2 oxygen atoms. So oxygen atom is balanced. Reactant side 2 atoms. Resultant side also 2 oxygen atoms. Now hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom on the reactant side has 2 atoms, but on the resultant side there are 4 hydrogen atoms. So it is imbalance. Now if we put 2 here, it becomes 4 hydrogen atoms. Now see, 2H2O plus O2 is equal to 2H2O. Now there are 4 hydrogen atoms. On the resultant side also 4 hydrogen atoms. Oxygen atom 2 on the reactant side and oxygen atom 2 on the resultant side. And the formula of water will always be H2O. We can't alter the formula of water. H2O will be the formula of water, means 2 hydrogen atoms reacts with 1 atom of oxygen to give water, and this is the formula, and we will represent it by 2, 3, 4 means number of times, number of atoms of hydrogen and oxygen to form how many molecules of water. So this cannot be changed. Formula of water cannot be changed. We can only multiply the number of hydrogen and oxygen atom to form water. Now this is the chemical equations of hydrogen and oxygen reacting together to give water. To make equations more informative, what we do? We indicate the physical state of the reactants as well as on the product side to indicate the physical state. Now hydrogen. What is hydrogen? We know hydrogen is gas. Oxygen is also gas. These are reacting together to give 2 molecules of water, which is liquid. Thus gas and liquid, these are the physical state indicating here. Take another example. When zinc reacts with hydrogen sulfuric acid, that gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Zinc is solid, hydrogen sulfuric acid, it is diluted, so it is aqueous, and zinc sulfate is also aqueous, and hydrogen is a gas. These are the physical states of the matter. If carbon dioxide gas is passed through slack lime or lime water, see what happens. When calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide, what happens? Calcium carbonate plus water is formed. Calcium hydroxide is aqueous solution carbon dioxide is gas. This is the white PPT. This is the precipitate form, and hydrogen is liquid. So by indicating the physical state, either it is aqueous, gas, solid, liquid, precipitate form, then we can understand the physical state of both the reactants as well as the resultant of the reactions. Now we can also indicate the heat change. Heat change means we can state either heat is evolved or heat is absorbed. It may be exothermic reaction or it may be endothermic reaction. Suppose carbon is burned in oxygen. Burning of anything means exothermic reaction. Then carbon dioxide gas is produced and heat is also released. So carbon is solid, we are stating the physical state. Oxygen is gas, carbon dioxide is also gas, and heat. This delta form is the symbol of heat. Heat is released. Thus burning of anything is exothermic reaction. It is exothermic reaction, and for exothermic reaction we write heat on the resultant side, and for endothermic reaction we write heat on the reactant side. Take an example. When calcium carbonate is heated, heated means heat added, that means it is endothermic reaction. So when calcium carbonate is heated, then it gives calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. This calcium carbonate is solid, calcium oxide is also solid, and carbon dioxide is gas. And anything which is heated is endothermic reaction because it is taking the heat. So it is endothermic reaction. While teaching you about the indication of heat change in chemical reactions, I must tell you about respiration and photosynthesis. Respiration. In respiration, what happens? Glucose burns in presence of oxygen in lungs and gives carbon dioxide and water and releases energy, which is exothermic reaction. Thus, respiration is exothermic reaction. See the equation. Glucose burns with oxygen to give carbon dioxide and water plus energy. Thus respiration is exothermic reaction. And photosynthesis. In photosynthesis what happens? Carbon dioxide, water combines in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll and gives starch plus releases oxygen. So as sunlight is involved here, so sunlight is a form of energy, and as heat is involved in this reaction, so it is endothermic reaction. See, 6CO2 plus 6H2O combines in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll present in leaf to give starch, C6H12O6 plus 6O2. As heat is involved in this process, so it is endothermic reaction. So be clear that photosynthesis is endothermic reaction and respiration is exothermic reaction. Now the physical states have been stated, also the thermal change has been stated, and other conditions are also stated in this. How do we explain other condition? When potassium chloride is heated, what heated means endothermic reaction, heat is needed here. So when potassium chloride is heated, what happens? It gives potassium chloride plus oxygen. Potassium chloride, this is solid, this is also solid, and this is gas, and heat is needed here, so it is endothermic reaction. Another point to be noted here is that it reacts in presence of catalyst manganese dioxide. So we write catalyst here, temperature change, catalyst, atmospheric pressure, everything is written just above or below the arrow, and then we find that manganese is a catalyst. What is catalyst? Catalyst is a chemical substance which alters the chemical reaction or it fastens the chemical reactions without changing itself. It itself remains unchanged and takes part in the chemical reaction. So here manganese dioxide is taking part in the chemical reaction as a catalyst, and it breaks potassium chloride to give potassium chloride and oxygen. This is also the laboratory preparation of oxygen. Now we are clear that all the states have been stated, physical state has been stated, thermal change has been stated, also the reactions that are needed also stated here. When nitrogen acts with oxygen, what happens? There a specific temperature is needed. Suppose this reaction takes place at 3000 degree centigrade temperature. So specific temperature is to be mentioned just above or below the arrow. Then it forms nitrogen monoxide. This type of reaction takes place in the engine of the vehicle. So this reaction is taking place at 3000 degree centigrade. It is endothermic reaction and it takes place inside the engine of a reaction. Now we will discuss how to balance the chemical equations. Suppose methane is burned. When methane is burned, what happens? When methane is burned, it gives carbon dioxide and water. This is burn means heat is released. So heat will be represented here. Methane is gas, oxygen is also gas, carbon dioxide is gas, and water that is released will be in steam form. So it is also a gas. Now balance the equation. See, there are 2 hydrogen atoms and on the reactor side there are 4 hydrogen atoms. So we will represent 2 here. If we write 2 here, then there are 4 hydrogen atoms on the reactant side and 4 hydrogen atoms on the reactant side. Now take the number of hydrogen atoms on the reactant side. 2 oxygen atoms are involved, and here 4 oxygen atoms are involved. So we will write 2 here. Now it is 4 oxygen atoms. Now it is balanced, so we will line the balanced equation in a proper way. When methane is a gas, is heated with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide plus water. So it is balanced, 4 oxygen atom. Now it is balanced. In next example, nitrogen and hydrogen are reacting to form ammonia. So nitrogen reacting with hydrogen to give ammonia. Nitrogen is gas, hydrogen is gas, and ammonia is also gas. These are reacting in presence of a catalyst, iron. So iron catalyst is represented here. Now we will balance the equation. There are 2 nitrogen atoms on the left hand side and there are only 1 nitrogen atom on the right hand side. So we will put 2 here. Now 2 nitrogen atom on right hand side as well as on the left hand side. Now hydrogen atom on the left hand side 2, and here 3 to the 6. So on the right hand side number of hydrogen atom is 6, whereas on the left hand side only 2. So we will put 3 here. If we put 3, then 6 hydrogen atom. Now it is balanced. When nitrogen reacts with 3H2O in presence of catalyst iron, it gives 2NH3 ammonia. This is the Haber's reaction. Now when hydrogen reacts with chlorine, what happens? It gives hydrogen chloride, gas. When hydrogen reacts with chlorine, it gives hydrogen chloride. 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of chlorine on the left hand side. So we will put 2 here. Now 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of chlorine. Thus the balanced equation of reaction will be H2 gas plus Cl2 gas will give 2HCl. This is the balanced equation. Now when iron reacts with water, to give, iron is slow reactive metal. So iron is solid, it reacts with water. Here water will be in the form of steam because iron reacts with steam, not with cold water. So we will write gas here for water. When iron reacts with steam, it gives iron 2,3 oxide plus hydrogen gas. Now we will balance here 3 on the right hand. We will first see the right hand side. There are 3 atoms of iron. So we will put 3 here. Now both the sides are balanced. Reactant side and resultant side 3 iron atom. Here also 3 iron atom. Now 4 oxygen atom. Here only 1 oxygen. So 4 hydrogen atom. Okay. 4H2. Now see the oxygen atom. 4 oxygen atom, 4 oxygen atom, 3 iron atom, 3 iron atom. Now we will balance hydrogen atom. Hydrogen, only 2 hydrogen atom on the reactant, the resultant side, and there are 4 to the 8 atom. We will write 4H2. So Fe3O4 plus 4H2 will solid. This is the balanced equation. 3Fe, which is in solid state, will react with steam gas H2O, 4H2O to give Fe3O4, which is in solid state, plus 4H2 hydrogen gas. Now for iron oxide, it must be clear to you. There are 3 types of iron oxide. When it is ferrous oxide, we will write FeO, means valence of iron is 2 and valence of oxygen is 2. So it is written here FeO or iron 2 oxide, ferrous oxide. When valency of iron is 3, then it gives ferric oxide or iron 3 oxide, Fe2O3. Here the valency of iron is 3 and valence of oxygen is always 2. So Fe2O3, this is ferric oxide or iron 3 oxide. And when these together combine, FeO plus Fe2O3, these two combines to give iron 2,3 oxide or magnetic iron oxide, Fe3O4. This is the iron 2,3 oxide which is formed when iron reacts with water. In my next video, I will teach you about the types of chemical reaction, and to see the first part of this chapter, see the link given below.